Sorry,
Hey,
but it's pretty dark out here.
oh, that's fine. How are you, how was the day so far?
Busy, man. I just moved, and so my wife and I have been getting our whole house figured out, so it's been fun.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Elan, your debut EP was released on last Friday, December the 3rd. You will
Yes.
want to be thought of for the last time. So, can you tell me a bit about the production and the songwriting behind this EP?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the singer, I'm the guitar player, and the singer Rob and I wrote most of it. Funny enough, through text, especially with all of the isolation stuff
Yeah.
with COVID, and so we would send each other ideas, and then until we thought that was cool, and then we got in the studio, kind of our own studio with our other members, and finished everything up. And then we went into the studio with Steve Evans to produce it all,
Mhm.
and that was kind of lucky to get him. And he's done a lot of really great stuff. All of Dillinger Escape Plan, a bunch of Every Time I Die, Suicide Silence, all these guys. And so we were lucky to get in there, and we just kind of tracked one at a time. Same thing, everyone wearing a face mask and doing the whole thing. And it was definitely different and interesting, but we still had a good time. And you know everybody was pretty comfortable doing it. We were prepared, but yeah, it was a lot of just like things that we've been kind of pissed off about or whatever, that we wrote about, and just funneled it all into that. And so yeah, it's cool. We've all been playing for a long time in local bands and
Yeah.
touring bands, and this is kind of a super group of our friends that got together and did something while our other bands were kind of inactive. So just kind of worked out, man. Is fate,
What?
so to say. Authors of fate, right?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And was there any particular concept that was put behind the CP?
Not a particular. It's not like a concept album or anything where it's all one theme, except the theme is, like I said, just kind of pissed off about so many silly things in the world.
Yeah,
And whether it's about just the social medias and whatever, everybody thinking that things are so important when they're not. And I think that's the biggest theme. That's like the name, right? It's like everything's so important to everybody, but then, I mean, in a few short years, no one's even gonna know who you were, right? So it's kind of like get over yourself, and just kind of like enjoy life, and do the things you want to do because you want to do them, not because it's cool or it's what you think people want. So we just did a lot of that, a lot of just, this is what we want because we like it, and that's kind of it. Damned if it doesn't work out.
wonderful, wonderful. And the cover art of the EP is quite
Yeah.
fascinating. I really love the way you put up things there. So how it resembles to the title of this album or related to this EP?
The artwork was done by a friend of mine. His name's Jay Collins. He does a lot of really great work with a lot of big, way bigger than us, like real Marvel and Disney and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's an awesome designer, and but he's a big metalhead, and he's a friend of mine. And so we talked about a bunch of ideas, and when we talk all the time, sending each other bands and stuff. And so we kind of just worked out like, till, hey, what's cool, what looks cool. He came up with the logo, the artwork, kind of all of it. All of our visual artwork is by him, and just based on kind of bouncing ideas back and forth, but really letting him run with something that he wanted to do that was cool. And I trusted it, and I think it turned out awesome, and we've been getting really good feedback on it. So I'm stoked the way it came out, and he's stoked the way it came out, which makes us like it even more. So yeah, and he's like I said, big fan of music and all that. So it just worked out. He's the right guy for the job.
Wonderful, wonderful. And talking about this five-track EP, I had the opportunity to listen to it in complete, and man, it was so awesome. The
Yeah.
extremity is to another level, and I really enjoyed each and every song in this particular EP.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys for putting up an amazing EP. And how, as a band, do you feel about the outcome?
We're all really excited about it. It's same thing. I think it's the best thing that any one of us has done in any of our bands, just because we've taken all the things we've learned over the years, good and bad, and kind of put it together to do something that is like all the stuff that we like and none of the stuff that we don't. And like I said, the production came out good, the art came out good, the songwriting was really cool. They're heavy, they're aggressive, And there's nothing, I don't listen to it and think like, I wish we did something different, which usually you do. You see your stuff, you're like, that's not what I wanted. But it came out cool, and I really wanted to do. I like doing the EPs because I want to make it like typically like a local band has a 30-minute set,
Yeah.
and so I wanted to be like, this is like the set is the EP, so it's almost like this is the performance of that piece, even though it's not, like you said, it's not one concept, but we just wanted to do it like that, and plus you can come out with them more often if you do it that way. So, but yeah, we're really really happy with the turnout, man.
Amazing, amazing. And since holiday season is nearing, do you have any plans to go on a tour in the holidays or early next year?
Definitely not in the holidays. We're talking about doing some West Coast stuff, West Coast like US. Hopefully early in the next year, talking in February or late January, going to Arizona and some other places. But just trying to get, since it was really only our first show was last Thursday, like ever as this band, because everything was shut down and it took so long, And yeah, we had started it like right before COVID, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh crap, we can't do anything. And so we just got to do the first one. Like I said, we've all played a bunch of shows in the past, thousands. But so yeah, we definitely want to be doing as much as we can, hitting the local stuff, hitting like a little bit out, and then maybe by summer we can get some more, a little bit further east in the US for us. So we hope to.
Wonderful. And I know you guys are all from different bands. And how you all got together to form Authors of Fate?
Like I said, the singer Rob called me or texted me. I can't remember even, but he said he wanted to do. I'd played on his other album for his other band. I did some solos, and like I said, we've all known each other forever. And he's like, "Hey man, let's just do. I just want to do like a straight heavy project with you." And I was like, "Great!" I kind of already had the name of the band I'd been thinking of. I'd already wanted to work with him on something. I had some other friends that I knew I wanted to work with, so I pretty much just called them all up once I had a few kind of tracks and riffs down. Said, "Hey, you in for this?" And everyone's like, "Yep." And so it just kind of was fortuitous, everybody was in. And the last guy we got was our new bass player, Levi. I didn't have him for the recording. I actually recorded all the bass myself too. But now he's in it, and we've known him for a long time. He just turned 24, and we're all in our mid 30s. So he's like way younger, but he's been coming to our shows of all of our other bands. We've known him for a decade, since he was like 16, And so it was cool. I'm really glad he's like really, he's really into it, and he's got a lot of good energy. So it was cool to get everyone together in the same room and like really jam and enjoy it, and everyone gets along super well. So
Awesome.
yeah.
And since this is the debut EP and very new to you guys, so how is the future looks like for you? Do you guys plan to go on for a very long time, or it's going to be?
Yeah. I kind of have my own idea of how long I want it to go for, and I don't know how, like years wise, but I know, I wanted to make so many albums and whatever. Sort of my own concept, but not really like a running theme necessarily. But yeah, we plan on keeping it going. I'm already writing for the next EP, or probably an EP again. And yeah, I plan on doing, hopefully my idea would be do 3 and then like 2 full lengths, and start kind of releasing them in different order depending on time wise and what's going on. But yeah, we plan on doing it for a while, because as long as everyone keeps liking it and doing a good job. So if someone gets pissed off and leaves, well, what do you do? But yeah, no, everybody's on board, because like I said, we're all pretty proud and stoked on the way it's going out so far.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And how is the musical direction is going to be? Do you going to be sticking to the extreme part, or are you going to be getting more diverse into different genres of metal?
I don't know. We all like so much that it's kind of like, I like writing a song and then moving on, and not like stewing on it for a long, long time. I like to be almost like a Polaroid or a snapshot of like, this is what we were going for and what we were into right then. And, because if you take too long, then, in 6 months, you've got new ideas, you change the song over and over. So I want to like finish one, move on, finish one, move on. And so it really just depends on my mood or our mood.
Yeah.
But I don't see us getting less heavy. I mean, I want us to be a heavy band. I don't want to, a lot of bands tend to get softer or maybe more melodic or poppy. And I don't know. I'm like, we could do that, but I highly doubt it. I want to keep it going more aggressive, kind of like what's the heaviest thing I can come up with while still making interesting semi-technical
Yeah.
riffs. So yeah, it's not going to get lighter, that's for sure.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And talking about the songwriting of the band, so is it going to be a lot of different aspects of life and topics, or are you going to be into the generic extreme metal kind of lyrics?
No, I think that we're more Rob, my singer, he's you know, he's a smart guy and he's really good with words and he's always been pretty philosophical and into kind of metaphysical stuff and scientific stuff and whatever, kind of putting it all together. We're big fans of like Tool and other progressive bands and kind of like expansive mind music, other than just like being pissed off. It's like you're pissed off, but like about, I don't know, kind of, it's all, I think of it as like big dumb riffs for big smart people. So it's like, I don't want it to be just, it's not anti-church, it's not anti-religious, it's not anti politics or political, and it's certainly not love songs. So it's going to be kind of whatever we're feeling about like the general humanity stuff. Like I said, a bit philosophical. Even the title has a little bit of a philosophical thought to it. So I mean, like I said, it's kind of big and dumb, but we like it to be something smart too, something that makes you think if you want to listen to lyrics. I personally don't pay much attention to lyrics. I just like the sound.
Yeah.
But I also like when people do have clever lyrics. It definitely adds another layer to the dynamic. And so I think it's important, and I think Rob does a fantastic job. And it's all him. Like I don't write anything. I'm like, yeah, no, that's way better than what I would have come up. I'm not a poet. I'm a riff and songwriter.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful, wonderful. And what would be the dreams and goals that is put behind in front of you?
I think just get some more, just keep writing, keep playing together, get more shows. And yeah, we would really like to tour as much as we can. But same thing. We're all getting older. Like I said, I just moved into a new house. People have kids. Rob just had a newborn kid. My Francis, the other guitar player, is getting married in February. So yeah, everybody's getting older and getting busier. But so I really hope that we can keep writing, keep making interesting stuff, and actually recording and putting it out like we do, and tour. What I don't care is like if we get signed or anything, unless it helps us do more tour and get better shows and maybe better promotion. But other than that, I mean, I want to be kind of in charge of, like, us be in charge of the music and the artwork. I mean, it came out great, I thought, so I don't want someone else to mess it up.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you said you are already in plans of the next EP songwriting
Yep.
and what's going on. So apart from that, what are some of the plans that you guys have ahead for you?
Like I said, just get more shows. I'd really like to get. We don't have a music video, so I'd like to work on that. We know some good people out here in LA and Hollywood. That, again, Francis, the other guitar player, he does voiceover acting, and he
Yeah.
knows a lot of people in film and stuff, and so he knows some good indie filmmakers that could do cool things. And so we need to get together a budget and really put something out for that, because I think people would like to see it. And again, something interesting, not just us playing in a warehouse or some horror story that doesn't make sense. And I mean, I know there's a lot of guys that make cool ones of those, but I'm kind of sick of seeing them, and it's just generic. And I'd rather have nothing than something kind of boring. So hopefully we can make something really cool. I'd like to get a music video out in the next couple months.
Wonderful, wonderful. And if you want to give some details about the band to the people who have never heard about the band, what would that be?
It's so hard, right? Like, what do you sound like and all that? I don't know, deafened, blackened metalcore with some hardcore thrash. It's so all over the place. But yeah, I think, like I said, that there's some really great, like, super heavy death metal bands that I love that are singing about, like, kids stepping on needles in sandboxes and getting AIDS. Like, that's like very intense. And we're not that. We're like singing about how, like I said, people should just live their lives and not be dickheads, but get in the pit and mosh. So we're somewhere in between there. We're heavier, but we're not so brutal and grotesque. So it is hard to explain the sound and the details of it, without just kind of showing it. And I've heard similar reactions from friends and fans that have checked it out so far saying, I don't really know how to categorize this, you know? But yeah, if you're a fan of any kind of extreme music, you know, heavy metal, death metal, hardcore, a little bit of black metal, I don't see why you wouldn't be interested in this sound, you know?
Wonderful, wonderful. And in future, if you want to do collaborate with some other extreme metal bands, is there somebody on your mind?
Yeah, actually, there's a friend band of ours. They don't, I don't know if they have a name right now, but they used to be called Common War, and they're kind of re-changing their band. But it's some friends that are in the band Death by Stereo. The drummer is playing guitar in that band. The drummer, he's also the drummer for the Adolescents. So they're a bunch of punk and hardcore guys, and they're friends of ours, and we get along. But they're doing this really cool, like, blackened hardcore stuff. And I think it would fit well with us. And we're talking about possibly doing some touring. And I would like to do maybe like a split EP or something with them, because they're really cool, and they're friends of ours. And same thing, the guys I've always wanted to work with. I actually hit up the guitar player to jam with us at one time, but he had just moved to Ireland, but now he's back in San Francisco, so he's all over the place. But God, I don't know what they're gonna be called now, but they used to be called Common War. So if anybody wants to check out just a cool black and hardcore band, Common War is a good one, man.
Wonderful, wonderful. And talking about the band again, I believe you guys could be the next big thing from extreme metal from the US. So that's a long.
Thank you, man. That's a big compliment.
It's really awesome to listen to you guys. So amazing album, I would say. So
thanks,
I believe a lot of people will dig into you guys, and you guys gonna be big soon. So thanks again
I hope so.
For the professionalism and amazing musical progression you did on this EP. And I wish you guys all the best. And thanks again for giving me this opportunity today to interview you. It's a real pleasure
Absolutely.
talking to you, Ilan.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it, dude. You have a good one. Hope to talk again soon.
Sure. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Take it easy.